Good evening, Betis. My name is Tsakpato Mkhaladi, the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs here at VETS. And I'm standing tonight on behalf of the Dean of Students, Mr. Jerome September, who is not with us today, to proclaim and announce the SRC election, which is a culmination of the work that has been done by the wonderful team capably led by Mrs. Jabu Mashinini, together with her deputy, Mrs. Jabu Dlamini. We quite are indebted to this team that have executed and meticulously implemented this particular project to an end. And I do want to thank you, the students of the University of the Witwatersrand, for the discipline and the wonderful campaigning that you have carried out in wanting to have your candidates elected for the positions of the SRC term 2023-2024. This team was also supported by a very capable team of the protection services, number of our support divisions, including the ICT as well as the marketing division, who all work together to ensure that we're creating the conditions that are good and conducive for these particular elections to take place. I will tonight be announcing 13 students who have been elected as general representatives of students in the SRC. And before I do that, I just wish to remind those who would be announced as having won in this race to remember that they now need to reconcile themselves to the reality of leading the students beyond the confines and the limitation of their allegiances. You now have an onerous task of leading those who have elected you and those who even did not elect you. Therefore, I wish you well for the remainder of the term that you are going to be assuming with effect from the 1st of November this year. And those that were not elected, this should not be an indication of your incapability to lead, but should rather be an indication that we only are having a possibility to can have 13 of the 29 or so candidates who ran for these current elections. But rather, you should be inclined to take responsibility and lead in a variety of structures that are made possible by our agile and very dynamic student governance model here at VETS. Therefore, I urge you not to second guess your leadership capabilities because you are just as capable. Before I now name the 30 students who have been elected, I also need to underscore the fact that upon having proclaimed these particular results, they will still be subject to a number of processes as definable in terms of the electoral policy and the electoral rules that all of you, the candidates who ran for these elections, ought to be very aware of. I now shall proceed to announce the SRC results as per the overwhelming majority of our students who voted for the current SRC. The total turnout in the current SRC elections, out of the eligible 39,343 students were eligible to participate in these SRC elections. The turnout of 11,823 was realized, which constitute an overwhelming 30.08% of turnout. This is quite a very encouraging number taken from the elections of the previous term of office of the current SRC that is going to be leaving office subsequent to this outcome. I wish to congratulate all the students who have been elected because I know that quite a lot of you are quite anxious, wanting me to go on and just make an announcement as to who made it. And I will not keep you any further. And I will be starting from number 13, the name of Nolwazi Vilagazi, having amassed 3.6% of the votes. Number 12, Karabo Matloha, having amassed 3.77% of votes. 11 is Siamtanda Mashikila with 4.06. 10 is Anganati Jack with 4.24%. 9 will be Karabo Damane with 4.41% of votes. Milan Ndindi 4.67, Simpiwe Mtunga at number 7, 4.76, Tsepiso Kesa, 4.84, Chulani Buthelezi with 4.95, Dineo Kwetepe, 5.10, Michelle Mbalati, 5.16, Atehang Mochabi at number 2 with 5.19, and number 1 is Bukiswa Boniswa with 5.98%. These are 13 students who have been elected to take office as general representatives of students at the University of Witwatersrand, who together with other representatives of various constituencies will then constitute the SRC 2023-2024. We thank all the students and all partners who collaborated with us in achieving this milestone. And we thank you very much, Vets, for good.